Have you been looking for your next favorite indie game? Are you sick and tired of waiting for Hollow Knight SIlksong? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mina the Hollower. We have in our hands another banger from the producers that made you Shovel Knight, which is Yacht Games, and they have basically brought us the spiritual successor to The Legend of Zelda, A Link's Awakening, okay? And I'm not talking about the new one, I'm talking about that awesome Game Boy Color one. And not just that, not just Link's Awakening, but also Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I mean, these are all awesome games, and honestly, to be able to play a game that is just masterfully done, and it plays so much like it, but at the same time it is just completely different. It is a brand new and fresh experience in this style of top-down Game Boy Color style game. We have ourselves a banger, okay? And I for one am all for it. Now before we get into that, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Alright, let's get into it. Now, this is the first time seeing a trailer for Mina the Hollower, and I mean, from the first time seeing it, I was absolutely blown away. I mean, the game just looks gorgeous, and it looks like it plays beautifully. We were lucky enough to get a demo when we saw the Nintendo Switch Indie World. Now, I would have preferred a stealth drop, but clearly the game's not exactly 100% ready, so we got a demo, and we got to play it. And honestly, I just finished playing it like an hour ago, and it was absolutely amazing. And that's why I'm here talking about it. So let's talk about the story. So the game takes place in a 1700s gothic horror-inspired world populated by anthropomorphic animals. It is primarily set in Tenebrous Isle, Osek's only major city. Now, Mina makes an expedition to Tenebrous Isle, home of the philanthropist Baron Lionel. Lionel acts as Mina's patron, funding her research on the Isle and subsequently leading to its rapid development. Standing in her way is Thorn, a bat who served as the former head of Lionel's guard before betraying the Baron and destroying the generators alongside his shock troopers. The game is simple enough as it is. You are basically an engineer, and all you do is create these awesome generators that somehow make the little island that they're in develop rapidly. But now we have the general, this bat jerk, who basically betrayed the Baron, and now he's going after all the generators. He wants to smash everything, and the world's gonna get destroyed if you don't rescue it, basically. Simple enough, right? I, for one, cannot stop talking about the fact that this game is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you love to see these beautiful, crisp pixel games, and I mean, they just look absolutely gorgeous, okay? I mean, it is just a sight to behold. It's nice and simple, it's elegant, and it's masterfully done. And on top of that, the gameplay is pretty awesome too. In the beginning of the game, you're actually on a boat and you get attacked by like a sea kraken or something like that. And right then and there, you get to pick a weapon, and they give you 3 different choices. So the first choice is obviously daggers, dual daggers, which, not really my cup of tea, but they look cool. Then the second choice is the whip, or the chain whip. And this is obviously the choice I went with. I mean, come on. It's basically a top-down 2D-ish platformer, and you get a whip. Hello. Can I get some Castlevania fans in the chat real quick? And then the third option is a hammer. It's just a big mallet, and it looks really cool. But honestly, the chain whip was the obvious choice for me. That's the only choice I was going to make, okay? The gameplay is simple and intuitive, it is kind of Souls-like, so you have like little bases where you save your progress, and you get like vials to heal you. You get 3 of those, and when they run out, you die. But if you hit one of these like safe spots, then it refills for you, so you get more chances to heal. And also it looks like the monsters come back to life whenever you enter one of these little chamber things. But yeah, you are a little mouse, and I didn't know mice can like dig holes and stuff like that, but that's one of the attacks that you do. You kind of dig, and allowing you to dig makes you go a little bit faster, and when you jump out, it gives you a longer jump. So it makes traversal, you know, kind of a little bit unique and a little bit complicated at the same time. So I can see a little bit of growth there when it comes to figuring out the game mechanics. You know, it's simple, but it's not so simple that you can't build on it, and you know, you can't get better and go further and do different things. Now, I've already run into a couple of spots where, you know, you can't necessarily reach there, and that's clearly because, you know, it's a demo and you haven't gone far enough. And I'm sure there's probably going to be some type of item like in Link's Awakening where you had like the Rock's Feather and it allows you to jump or whatever, or it'll probably be something like that allows you to fly or flutter or jump further. You know, more on that at a later date, obviously, when we buy the game. But yeah, I am super excited for this game, and it just looks absolutely fabulous. I am a little sad that it's not coming out yet, but you know, it will be releasing soon. It will be releasing in October, I believe. Actually, it comes out October 31st, which is kind of cool. You know, maybe we might have to do like a Halloween live stream or something. That'd be awesome, right? I will say this. I played the game on the Switch too, and the game is not perfect, okay? I don't know if it's the demo, maybe it's a specific build, but there were frame drops all over the place. Like the frames would just dip low, and honestly it was kind of jarring because it would go from 60 to like 30, and it would do it really often. It wasn't like, you know, in Zelda games where something crazy happens like a fire and, you know, it starts to lag. No, it was happening like every 10 to 15 seconds. I mean, I guess it really is a Link's Awakening successor, because that's kind of how Link's Awakening for the Switch was. Yeah, that's a bad joke. Sorry. I do hope that they do fix that though, because that's kind of crazy. It was driving me insane. It was bugging me so bad, and it was so annoying, like, to have such a game that looks so beautiful and plays wonderfully and is a lot of fun, and then you know, you have performance issues. That's kind of super lame. And I don't know if that's just a Switch 2. You know, it might just be the demo. It could be the demo. It could be my Switch 2. It could be that the game just doesn't run very well on a Switch 2, which, you know, doesn't make any sense because, I mean, it's kind of a powerhouse. It's a lot. I mean, it's not a PS5 or a PS5 Pro, but I mean, it can't handle a sprite-based game. Come on. You know, that kind of reminds me of this other game that I bought, Shadow Labyrinth, which is a really cool game. It's like a weird post-apocalyptic Pac-Man game. I don't know. It was featured on an episode of Next Level, so I saw it. Super creepy. They came out with a game, and I bought it, and I was playing it. And I'm also playing the Switch 2 version, by the way, and it's got crazy frame drops all over the place, too. Like, the frames just dip really bad. And, you know, for games like that, it's just really jarring, and it makes it really hard. Like, when you have games you have to be extremely precise in, and there's frame drops, that's kind of just really disappointing. Just makes for a harder game than it needs to be, you know, harder than it was initially thought to be. All right, guys, that is the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys go and download that demo for Mina the Hollower, because I mean, this game is just awesome. I mean, it just looks so good. And you know, it's nice to talk about video games. You know, I feel like I've been talking about a lot of negative stuff with the key card stuff, and you know, we're trying to move past that. Okay, I don't want to just talk about that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, it is irritating, and we definitely need to be talking about it, but I don't just want to talk about that. I want to talk about games and how awesome they are. All right, and as always, do not forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. And we will see you guys on the next video. Peace. I hope you guys are watching, but I am so excited that I will be going down to PAX West again. I was invited to go down to PAX West. I can't believe it's happening again. More on that later, though. Yeah. All right.